Welcome to AESSEAL Rotherham United in Skybet Championship action for the final time here on home soil, playing host to Reading. A win tonight would see Rotherham United secure their championship status for another season. Team news in, first of all, the visitors of Reading. Mikael Anderson in goal, the back four of Chris Gunter, Jake Cooper, Michael Hector and Stephen Kelly. Midfield of Oliver Norwood, Jem Kadachan, Nathaniel Chalabar and Jordan Abita. Pavel Pobregniak and Simon Cox up front for the visitors. On the bench for Reading this afternoon, Adam Federici, Alex Pearce, Gareth McAleary, Jamie Mackey, Nick Blackman, Jack Stacey and Kwesi Appiah. Rotherham United are unchanged from the side that drew 1-1 with Norwich City at the weekend. So it's Emi Martinez in goal, Jack Hunt, Kirk Broadfoot, Craig Morgan and Danny Lafferty across the back. In midfield, Lee Frecklington, Richie Smallwood, Carrie Arneson and Ben Pringle, Danny Ward and Matt Derbyshire in attack. On the bench for Rotherham United this afternoon, Adam Collin, Richard Wood, Jordan Bowery, Paul Green, Adam Hamill, Laurie Wilson and Johnson Clark Harris. The referees Graham Salisbury, sits by Mr Dicchio and Mr Joyce. The fourth official is Scott Matheson. I'm your Millers player commentator Matthew Young, joined by Celeste Payne here at AESSEAL New York Stadium. Packed home crowd in this evening. It's all set up, Les, for a grandstand finish.
Yeah, good evening, Matty. Good evening, everyone. Yeah, it is, absolutely. Set up, I suppose, in a way. Apart from needing a point, we couldn't hope for anything better, come out with a win. Fans are fired up, aren't they? One or two's nervous, probably more than one or two, and everybody's looking forward to it. As you say, a packed house. It's already the atmosphere's been building for a little while, and I don't doubt that when the game gets started, they'll get right behind the Millers and hopefully get the result that everybody wants tonight.
How do Rotherham United approach this game then, Les? Is it a case of attack from the start and go for the win?
I think we like to do that, don't we, by and large, this season. I know we didn't on Saturday against Norwich, primarily because Norwich were quite brilliant in that first 20-25 minutes, but I think that I think he'll want us on the front foot, and I think he'll want Steve Evans will want us to put Reading on the back foot, get the crowd behind us.
Well, before kick-off, we have to stand for a minute's silence. The sad loss of supporter Peter Johnson, taken ill prior to the home game with Sheffield Wednesday. He, along with John Ferns, came down to see that South Yorkshire derby, unfortunately never returned home. We remember one of our own with a minute's silence.
Attended the first ever game here at the AESSEAL New York Stadium with all his family, and counted the playoff final victory last season amongst his most memorable Millers moments. He was particularly fond of Ronnie Moore and Alan Lee, and counted Lee Frecklington and Ben Pringle as his current favourite players. Everybody here at Rotherham United would like to express our deepest condolences to Peter's friends and family at this time, and if I can ask you, upon the referee's whistle, to join in a minute's silence. Thank you.
Impeccably observed, as you would expect. I know one or two members of the Rotherham United staff knew Peter Johnson and spoke very highly of him. Very sad loss. Let's hope the team can do this for him and for all the other fans that are not going to be here to see this hopeful hopefully a fantastic occasion for Rotherham United. If they can get the 3 points this evening, they will stay in the Sky Bet Championship. Reading just breaking away from their pre-match huddle. Rotherham United will kick off. Red shirts with white trim, white shorts and red socks, kicking from left to right towards the Morrison stand, which is traditionally the away end, but is now 3/4 packed with home fans. Reading, their traditional hoops, blue and white shirts, blue shorts and white socks. And we're underway. Matt Derbyshire playing the ball to Danny Lafferty, who hammers one forward into the left channel. Look over the heads, that's a flick on by Danny Ward. Chance here for Gunter to clear, and that's the first free kick of the game. A foul there by Ben Pringle. Free kick to Reading. I don't know if you saw the Bournemouth-Bolton game last night, Les, but a simple performance from Reading to what Bolton put in that game would go down very nicely, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't see it, Matt, as it turns out, but I think it's one of those that teams don't want to lose, players don't want to lose, and they'll come here today, and whether it's 0-0, they'll be battling away. I'm sure Bolton did last night, and then once you go 1-2 down, there's an inevitability about it, I think, and that saps a little bit of the desire, doesn't it, you know. Let's hope that's the case tonight.
Absolutely, that free kick has gone straight forward into the hands of Emiliano Martinez, and he bolts out here to the right back, Jack Hunt. Hunt fires one forward, that's a little strong, and that's straight into the arms of Mikael Anderson, who's not been the regular goalkeeper for Reading this season. That's been Adam Federici, who's predominantly played every single game for the Royals this season. Of course, it was his unfortunate error that cost them in the FA Cup semi-final against Arsenal, as Reading surrendered possession on halfway to the Rotherham United Player of the Year, Richie Smallwood. Thumped forward now by Lafferty, again a little too strong. That'll go through to Anderson in the Reading goal. Undoubtedly, there'll be 1 or 2 nils out there, do you think?
Probably will be. Certainly won't want to concede, but I think, you know, they want to get into. They're trying to get it forward earlier on 2 occasions and overhit it. But I think, look, they want to get off to a good start if they can, pressure Reading and make them think, well, this is not going to be an easy night tonight.
Frecklington wins a throw off the boots of Chalabar there. In fact, it was Obita wearing the number 11 strips. Obita's actually going to play left back, so I've been given a bit of duff information from the Reading press office there about the team, that the formation. It's like Kelly's playing at right full back, and Cooper and Hector are going to play in central defence. Here is the Rotherham United central defender, Kurt Brawford. Back it goes to Martinez, who clears up towards halfway. The target here was going to be Carianos, who's come to this near side. Actually come off the head there of Nathaniel Chalabar, and picked up by Obita deep inside his own half. Obita in the full-back position. He's gone long. Morgan will challenge Cox for this ball and commandingly wins it in the air, ball out of play near side, right in front of our commentary position, and it will be a Reading throw. The Reading dugout, which is now marshalled by the head coach Steve Clark. Plenty of experience in the game, from a Scottish international as a player. Of course, successfully managed at the top level with West Bromwich Albion. Lafferty now down the left-hand side for Rotherham United. Plays the ball forward into the feet of Derbyshire. Touches it off to Pringle. Pringle left-wing position. Pringle will cross towards the back post, towards Danny Ward. Ward clean on this one, but Anderson saw the ball late, but came out of his goal. Made a good play there, and a decent move there from Rotherham United. It was Ben Pringle with a cross to the back post.
Yeah, involved, 4 or 5 players down that left-hand side. Nice little touch from Derbyshire, put Pringle in that favourite position of his down the left-hand side. High cross, just a shade too high. Keeper did well.
Who are going to be the Rotherham United match winners this evening then, Les? Who do you look to spur them on and take them forward?
I think people like Arneson with their experience. At the back, your Broadfoot and Morgan, I want them to keep a real tight rein, first of all, on the Reading people. And then you're looking at Arneson to set an example, which I think he did last Saturday. I think it was excellent. And then I'm hoping something like Danny Ward might just produce a bit of magic today. He went close twice Saturday, and I'm hoping he might just go a bit closer tonight.
Ball forward by Kelly straight through to Martinez, and Steve Evans keeping faith with Danny Ward, despite Jordan Bowery coming off the bench on Saturday and getting that key equalising goal against Norwich City. Martinez with the clearance here for Rotherham United. Ward with a good flick on. Derbyshire will chase it, headed away by Cooper to this near side. Frecklington challenges Obita. Frecklington has appended Jordan Obita, and that will be a free kick to Reading deep inside their own half in the left back position. Of course, fans who may have travelled to the Majesty Stadium earlier in this season will have probably witnessed one of the poorer performances that Rotherham United have put in this year. 3-0 defeat at Reading, and in truth, really, Reading were good value. They could have had more, really, in that game. So, and playing on to the FA Cup semi-final will tell you all to know they're a dangerous side on the day. Morgan heads clear for Rotherham United, helped on by Freckleton. Brought down here by Oliver Norwood. Now switched on by the captain, Karachan, out to the right-hand side. That's Kelly who drifts one forward, headed away, picked up by Pringle on halfway. Nice first touch, and it was pulled back there. That will be a free kick. So Rotherham United just inside the Reading half, left of the centre circle. Bregniak and Cox up front, an interesting combination. Bregniak was a major doubt for this game, but the Russian international has passed a fitness test. He's come back to have his defenders here as Lafferty hoists the free kick forward towards the edge of the penalty area. It goes Ward, beaten in the air. Might come down here for Arneson, hooks it back forward first time. Like Freckleton, maybe an offside there, but Cleon says the referee, the ball's headed out of play near side, and a throw to Rotherham United. And I think we're going to see the first long throw of the evening.
We are indeed. Gary Arneson down in front of us here on the Miller's right. He's going to hurl this one into the box, and let's see what happens.
Arneson then, teeing this one up, and it goes towards the head of Morgan and Broadfoot. Broadfoot flicks it on, appeals a handball in there, nothing given, and Peter will clear downfield, and that's a decent ball forward, and it could be in near Reading, and Martinez go right out of his goal, make a sprawling challenge there. He needs to get back in the net. He's under guard, and Reading could have had a shot there, but he put it to the right hand side and then goes across straight into the midriff of Martinez. The referee appears to have brought things back anyway for a foul. Can you explain that, Wes?
He's given a foul to Rotherham. It
foul
was
Martinez.
Martinez got to the ball first, cleared it, and it was Simon Cox who caught Martinez on the shin. And Martinez momentarily stopped down, cleared the ball up near the halfway line, and as you rightly said, had Karakam took control, he could have had a shot. I'm certain it'd have been on target, it would have gone in, although Martinez was racing back towards his goal, and he's now down getting treatment from Dennis Circuit. Looks like an ankle or probably a shin. And the referee's given a free kick to Rotherham, and quite rightly actually.
Well, it looks like it's going to be alright, but Rotherham's defence almost breached there with a long ball forward.
Lafferty missed his kick, didn't he? He just slightly misjudged it, and Cox was in behind him.
So Martinez will clip this one forward towards him of Jack Hunt. Hunt will get to this ball here, hooks one in towards the near post, one bounce and claimed by Anderson at the near post. Decent run there by Hunt, who will have a lot of freedom to run down this right hand side. So we expect Freckleton probably to tuck in a little bit. Obviously prefer to play in a central position. 8 minutes gone here at the AESSEAL New York Stadium. It's Rotherham United 0, Reading 0. Anderson clears downfield, Broadfoot heads it away, thumped forward by Hunt. Now Ward turns it round the corner, Derbyshire will set off after this. Hector should get there first and does. Neatly tied up there by the central defender. Nobita plays it infield, forward it goes then by Norwood. Headed away by Morgan. Hunt will keep the ball in play on the near side and wins a throw there off Shalabar, who got the final touch of the ball on halfway. Hunt will take the throw himself. Freckleton is going to come short for this one. Hunt will go down the line towards Arneson. Arneson heads in field, kicked away by Norwood. Flicked on over halfway by Pobregniak. Might get a second bite of the cherry here. In fact, it's picked up by Cox instead. Smallwood then grappling for possession, appeals a handball against Cox, which has been given by the referee, Mr. Salisbury, and a free kick to Mills. That ball was moving as Morgan fired it forward. It will be retaken just inside his own half.
I was going to say, Matthew, that we talked about Mills getting off to a good start. Well, they don't have to win this game in the first 20 minutes. You know, this game can be won at any time if we're going to win it. Hey, if we take the lead after 70 minutes, fine, and get another one after that. It doesn't have to be won in the first half. It's just a bonus, I think, if you do that.
Martinez, right-footed, hammers it forward inside the Reading penalty area. Broadfoot jumping for that ball. It's headed away. Arneson then tries to head it back towards the edge of the penalty area. Might come down for Pringle, edge of the box. Pringle plays to the left-hand side. Ward gets a shot. Might have come off out. Derbyshire sliding in. just couldn't quite make a connection. The ball's wide of the far post, but it did take a deflection off a Reading boot. It will be a corner to Rotherham United.
Closest Rotherham have come yet. 9 minutes on the clock, and it's got the crowd roaring.
Corner near side. Left-footed Ben Pringle with an in-swinger. Everyone crowding around the goalkeeper in the 6-yard area. Free guess as to where this is going to go. I think Michael Anderson's going to be under pressure here. Pringle with the corner kick. In it goes towards the far post. Headed away. Smallwood will try and retrieve it on the far side. He's going to let it run out of play instead for a throw. He wants to take it quickly, but I think they're going to wait for Carrie Arneson, are they? And he eventually comes across to take this throw in. There's no surprise there that Steve Evans has probably seen that Anderson's only played a handful of times this season. Everyone stood on him for that corner kick. Here comes Arneson's throw into the penalty area, headed away to the edge of the box. Might come for Arneson once more. Tries a shot, scuffs it. It's blocked. It might come out for Brawford on the far side. Ball's out of play. I think that will be a Rotherham United throw. It is level with the edge of the Reading penalty area. Arneson's going to take another long throw. Frecklington was interested in the short one there. Arneson back towards the edge of the advertising hoardings. In it goes once again, up towards Ward, headed away. Ward just jumped underneath it. Shot comes in, headed away in the penalty spot there. I think that was the head of Chalabar. It's worked all the way back to Martinez. It's an awkward one for him to deal with, but he does well, brings it down his thigh, plays it out to Jack Hunt, whips one into the channel. Derbyshire sets off after this one. Derbyshire to the edge of the penalty area, forced wide. Derbyshire still battling away, he's done well. It's been put out of play for a throw in there by Hector. Throw near side to Rotherham United.
First spell of pressure where they've kept it going, Matt.
Short throw. Hunt gets it back from Frecklington. Hunt's on a maze run near towards the byline. Hunt's just overrun it though, and will be going behind for a goal kick to Reading. 12 gone, 0-0.
Good bit of pressure, just what the crowd wanted, gets them going. Not that they needed any, but just additionally, doesn't it? An interesting one, Matt, and you'll probably confirm or say no. I think we've kicked towards the away end in the first half in every home game this season. I would suggest that might well be a first. I think last season we might have been once when we didn't kick towards this south end, the away end, and I think we've done it every time in the first half in every home game this season.
Frecklington lifts one forward here. Derbyshire tries to flick it on, beaten to it, comes out to this near side. A beater up against Lee Frecklington, infield for Norwood. Now here's Cooper. Ball into the channel, headed out of play by Morgan. Jake Cooper standing well over 6 feet, towering above Matt Derbyshire there. Beater with a quick throw. Probregniak makes the run. Hunt intercepts though, brings it down, and then Robert rushes his clearance into the stand. So it will be another Reading throw midway through the Rotherham United half. All of a sudden it just goes very quiet in the stadium as Reading have the ball in an advanced position. In fact, that throw is going to be taken a bit further forward. It's more or less edge of the penalty, level the edge of the penalty area. Short it goes. Back here with Obita. Now Cooper comes forward to join the attack from central defence. Lifts it into the channel. Brought down by Chalabar. Foot in by Frecklington. Another throw to Reading again. In a similar position, the Reading left. And Obita will take it once again. Chalabar and Probregniak offering themselves for this one. Beat eventually goes back though to Cooper, who's in a bit of space here, takes it down, cuts in field, plays it to the edge of the penalty area. Cox controls, touches into the box. Probregniak down on his chest, back to goal, comes back out of the penalty area. Probregniak forced back here by Carrie Arneson, and it goes towards Norwood now. Now back to halfway, good pressing by Rotherham United. Hector goes long, straight through the centre, straight into the hands of Emi Martinez.
They let Rotherham off a little bit there. They were in a dangerous attacking position around the penalty area. Probregniak didn't move the ball on, didn't he? Came back, Rotherham pressure in the end. A long, hopeful ball straight in the arms of Martinez.
Ward's flick on. Derbyshire might bring this one down the penalty area. The ball just runs away from him though. He's just looking to set himself there maybe for a shot. And it's trickled through to Michael Anderson. He's rolled it out. Cooper will stride forward with the ball. Firm pass into the feet of Nord, who tidies it up nicely. Here's Michael Hector, right-footed, will play it long into the channel over to the far side, over the head of Lafferty. Lafferty's going to try and let that run out of play, and does so successfully. Lafferty then careers over the advertising board, takes out a ball boy in the process.
That was naughty. The ball was already out when the Reading player, I'm not sure who it is, that Gunter deliberately went into the back of Lafferty. The ball was already out, and he went into the back of Lafferty, who couldn't help himself but fall over the advertising hoarding. He's okay by the looks of things. He could have hurt himself quite badly. That was irresponsible.
Surely a booking at the very least, isn't
Absolutely.
it? Could be more, really, if the referee had seen it. I don't think he actually saw the lines up. Miller was in a terrific position. I think the ball boy or a steward has been wiped out down there. It's quite a nasty collision, but Lafferty has seemed to have come off unscathed. And I walked around this field, and I can tell you now, Les, those advertising boards are made out of quite firm steel. They're not the sort of thing you want to be running into.
Well, absolutely not. And if it's crushed whoever it is, the ball boy or whoever, photographer, against that boarding, he'll jolly well know about it. There's a few stewards and first aid people around him, but that's not the sort of thing you want to see on a football pitch. That was dangerous play. The ball was out of play, Matt, and he barged Lafferty in the back.
Gunter's got away with it, so free kick to Rotherham United. Martez gets Rotherham United up to halfway. Seems to hold up in the wind there. Perhaps it's a bit windy down there than we actually think. Well, that's the right-hand side. Gunter's getting booed now by the Rotherham United fans, and a miscontrol. There's some debate about who's having this throw in. Eventually the linesman's given it to Rotherham United. Not entirely certain he was watching. Throw it to the Millers on halfway, left-hand side. 16 minutes gone, Millers 0, Reading 0. Throw into Broadfoot. And now Martinez. Firm back pass from Broadfoot. Again, well fielded by Martinez, who clears downfield. The target is Derbyshire. He gets something on that. It rebounds kindly to Hunt. Hunt down the right-hand side. Hunt looks in field. He's got Arneson for support. Here is Arneson. Helps it on further to Richie Smallwood. Smallwood's got support on the left-hand side with Lafferty if he wants to use him. Here is Danny Lafferty. First time cross low into the near post. It's comfortably held in the end by Anderson. Maybe Lafferty could have taken a touch there. In the end, balls with the Reading goalkeeper. It remains 0-0. We played 17 minutes of this crucial Sky Bet Championship fixture. Clearance downfield from Anderson. Broadfoot leaves it. Martinez will come and claim. Commanded his area really well, not just tonight, but since he's joined from Arsenal. I think it's his 9th game now in a Rotherham United shirt.
Takes charge in the mat. He's good when the ball's played on the ground. He comes out and takes charge, and the defenders know that. They have confidence then, don't they, that he's going to come and take command.
Good flick on by Ward, touched on by Derbyshire. It's behind Freckling to Ward. Might get to it again, but it's booted clear by Jordan Abita. Morgan's going to watch this one out of play. Rotherham throw right in front of Steve Evans and Paul Rayner. And Morgan gets on with it and throws it back to Emi Martinez. Still someone receiving some treatment over the far side after that collision. Still couldn't tell if it was a ball boy, a photographer or a steward as Martinez clears downfield. Cooper will win that in the air. That's not the sort of person you want to be aiming it for. Comes to Smallwood though, flicks it in field nicely, and Frecklington, and he's gone over. That's the challenge there from the number 21, the captain Karachan. The referee played an advantage. It's not come off of Rotherham United. It's gone behind for a goal kick. Maybe they'd have preferred a free kick there.
Yeah, we wanted both then, didn't we, Matt? I mean, it was a good advantage. Danny Ward had a strike at goal. Unfortunately, from about 22, 23 yards, it hit Matt Derbyshire and gone out for a goal kick. I'm like you, I wanted the free kick now.
Anderson will take the goal kick. Some big names on the bench for Reading, incidentally, like McCleary, Mackey, Nick Blackman. Garcia Pires had a good season at Cambridge early in the campaign, so there's some big hitters to come, maybe, if Reading want to use them. Free kick to the visitors just inside the Rotherham United half. Tack to the left-hand touchline. And Peter's going to leave it for Cooper to take. Cooper has been ordered to move it back to halfway, and now Nord takes over, takes a free kick short, and Rotherham napping there. Chalabar with a lot of space into Simon Cox, back with Nord once again. The Millers seem to be a bit deep at the moment. Karachan now just outside the centre circle, space here for Chalabar. Chalabar invited to the edge of the penalty area, plays it out wide for Abita. Abita back with Chalabar once again. Chalabar will think about crossing, his head spreads the play, he's dissected his own teammates there. And it's gone out of play on the far side for a Rotherham United throw. And still there seems to be a bit of concern over on the far side.
that's not the first time that Reading have got into a decent situation and then played themselves out of it and finished off with a poor ball. Long may it continue, of course, but
well, the worry is that it clicks eventually.
Well, absolutely, that is the worry.
Seem to be a little bit standoffish, Rotherham United, I feel, when everything get towards the edge of the penalty area. Maybe like them to be a bit tighter. And here's Cooper, crossfield ball. Up go the heads, Gunter. You can probably tell by the boos, heads it in field. Bregniak rides one challenge, but not the challenge of Kurt Brawford, who then brought down. The referee says play on, then Brawford upends his man. Free kick to Reading, and Brawford is apoplectic about that one. Free kick is just the right of the centre circle. Sure can have too many complaints about the challenge. I think he was upset about the first. I think he failed to show a free kick.
Broadfoot was impeded, wasn't he? Got the ball and then tumbled over, and then when he made his little challenge to the ball, he did impede the Reading player Caracan. The crowd didn't think so though, did they?
No. Well, the person who was injured in the challenge on the far side has now been stretchered off. Round of applause from the Kop end.
It's the applause, you can hear it's for him, isn't it?
I think it's a ball boy, Les, but I can't be 100% about it. Free kick to Reading meanwhile. Norwood, right-footed, swings it into the penalty area. Anderson's left that one, got the call, I think, early there. And it's gone behind for a goal kick. Again, though, if it was attacked properly, that was a dangerous cross. Let the Millers breathe again, and it goes behind for a goal kick. It is a ball boy, I think.
I think it is a ball boy. It looked a small figure as opposed to an adult on it, didn't it? Yeah.
So goal kick to Rotherham United. We've played 21 minutes of this game at the AESSEAL New York Stadium. Millers 0, Reading 0. Any hope of maybe an early breakthrough for the Millers is possibly past now, but I think they'll be content so far with what they've seen. Clearance by Hector is long. Brawford has been turned round here. Eventually he does head it clear, and Lafferty hooks it out of play on the far side for a Reading throw just inside the Rotherham half on the right hand side. Short throw. Here's Hector, right footed. That's awful. Straight out of play. Rotherham throw. Take that.
Very strange decision to about a yard and a half from the touchline, and he played it towards that same touchline about 30 yards away. It was only going one way, and that was out for a throw-in.
Throw from Lafferty. Ward beaten in the air, Arneson beaten as well, but then it's volleyed forward by Smallwood, met by Hector right-footed. Underneath it is Craig Morgan. He heads it forward. Arneson ducks underneath it, always comes for Pringle. In fact, it does come for Pringle, who's done well. And Arneson, wow, that's awful. Gives it away, a real shank there, straight to Nathaniel Chalobah. Does the same, just points it forward, straight through to Martinez. Distinct lack of quality, I'd say, so far in the 22 minutes.
Kerry Arneson saw the forward run on the right here of Lee Frecklington and tried to get it to him, and as you say, just shanked it and ended up slicing it, didn't he? And it more or less went nowhere. But look, we've had that little spell of pressure about 5 or 6 minutes ago. I don't think Rotherham should get unduly worried about it. What's happened so far? Just because we haven't set them back for the entire 20 minutes. Championship football's not like that. We've seen that this season. You know, teams have good players even down near the bottom, and they have their own spell of pressure as well. So it's going to, ebb and flow.
Anderson with a goal kick for Reading, looking for Bregniak. One in there well by Richie Smallwood, brought down by Hector. Hector right-footed, swings it from right to left, looking to catch out Hunt here and get a beater in down the left-hand side. And Abita's got to that ball, but his touch was heavy. It's gone behind, and he may have touched it on the way. I think the ball was out before it hit him. And it will be a goal kick to Rotherham United.
Yeah, well spotted, Matt. It was. Hunt put himself between man and ball. Abita knocked it past Hunt. But Hunt's quick. Abita's quick, but Hunt is pretty quick in one of those little foot races. He got himself between Abita and the ball, and down he went. I think it had just gone out.
I think we've seen enough from Reading to suggest he'd not come here with the flip-flops on.
Absolutely.
There's Arneson missing the ball there. Slappy from the Icelandic international. He's bailed out by Smallwood, who nips in and wins it back for Rotherham United. Back it is now with Martinez. He drills one forward. The target is Danny Ward up against Cooper, and Cooper's won that ball in the air. Giving away quite a lot there, Danny Ward in the air. Ball into the channels, met by Cooper once again. Just a bit rushed at the moment from the Millers. He drills it downfield, met by Morgan, safety first. Puts it into the stand, and it will be a Reading throw just in front of the Rotherham United dugout on this left-hand side. Beta will take the throw in. Goes all the way back to halfway. And Cooper finds the feet of central defensive partner Hector, straight onto the head of Richie Smallwood. Maybe Freckle to Roberts, Richie Smallwood who picks it up now. Rotherham United can build from the back. Here's Lafferty. Now Kurt Broadfoot, Reading looking to press high up the pitch, not making it easy for the Millers. Broadfoot's gone long, looking for Ward. One in the air by Cooper. They need to stop firing it into his direction. He's going to lap that up every minute of this game. Shalabar into Pobregniak. Pobregniak to the left-hand side. Abita in a bit of space against Jack Hunt. Abita running at Hunt towards the byline. In goes across deep towards the back post. It's behind. It's a goal kick, but Reading again getting into good positions. But then when it comes for the final pass, it's just not quite there at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see that they're playing with the freedom, can't you? There's no pressure on them. They come here. A lot of people thinking that Rotherham's got to win and not to. So they've got this freedom to just knock it about a little bit, as you said, Matt. Fortunately for us so far, they've got into decent positions, and the finish hasn't been there. That might be one of the reasons why they are down near the bottom there.
Met by the head of Cooper once more, brought down by Broadfoot, then hammered forward by Lafferty. Derbyshire gives chase, headed away. Ward might get hold of this one. Ward nods it forward, but Hector gets a boot across there and clears. 1 or 2 appeals for a free kick not given. Then Hunt goes down caught late. Play on, says the referee. Really much of an advantage when Craig Wood was inside his own half. I think the referee's now going to stop the play. I think it might be a head injury, which is why he stopped it. Slightly late challenge on Hunt, but I'm sure he'll be all right. Free kick, I think, has been given.
It was Simon Cox. It was a little bit late actually, Matt, and he did catch him. And the referee tried to play advantage. The ball went back towards Craig Morgan, and I think really because of the nature of the challenge, I think he should have blown up and given a foul and had a word with Cox. But I do think that he caught Hunt late there, and he's hurt Hunt. I'm absolutely certain that Hunt is hurt.
It's holding his chest, I think, isn't it? Is his chest he's holding?
Could be. It could be ribs or something like that. Certainly flattered him, that.
Seems a bit of a strange one to play advantage when the ball's gone back inside your own half.
Absolutely.
I think Hunt will be okay. Dennis Circuit, it's his last home game. We've said that a couple of times now, but this is definitely his last game, he assures me. And I spoke to him in the tunnel earlier. Had a club recognition award at the Rotherham United end of season dinner on Saturday night. He came out of retirement to help the Millers out earlier in the campaign. Hunt's okay, but will have to come off the field, so Rotherham United will temporarily be down to 10 men. 28 minutes gone, 0-0. Live Millers player, Matt Young and Les Payne with you for the final home game of the season. Smallwood standing over the free kick, also honoured on Saturday night with the Player of the Year gong. Right-footed will hammer this one forward. High line from Reading, ball forward towards the edge of the penalty. It's very deep, it's headed away. Arneson might get to this, he pokes it to the far side. Ward then lays it back to Pringle, chance to cross it. In it goes from Pringle towards the back post, headed away by Pobregniak. Forward then by the head of Arneson, that's going to go through and behind. For a goal kick to Reading, still 0-0, 28 minutes gone.
You mentioned a few minutes ago, Matt, about the sort of high balls. Hector Cooper looks about 6'5", 6'7". Hector's tall, he's 6'2", 3" or something like that. We may well not get a lot of joy today putting that high ball into the box. And we've knocked a lot of high balls a bit earlier. I sometimes think that's a little bit of nervousness, just get it forward, let me get away from where I am, and that's what you tend to do, and it looks like you're playing that way all the time.
Just feel maybe that Rotherham United just need to back themselves a bit more. I think Arneson's caught Chalabar with an unintentional arm there, and it's a head injury, so there's another stoppage in play. I do detect a bit of nerves out there, and easy ball is just to lump it forward, isn't it, really? And I think that's what we've seen a bit too often. And of course, Rotherham United don't have an Alex Revel or a Connor Salmon in their armour at the moment. There is a Jordan Bowery on the bench, but I think Steve Owens would like them to just keep it on the floor a little bit more. Approach the half-hour mark. Still 0-0. Of course, an early goal would have settled things down, I'm sure. But
yeah, you're right. Get ball comes to you 10 yards inside your own half. You don't feel you want to get caught in possession. So the thing to do is you knock it forward into their half, and centre half heads it away, and the crowd groan saying you're playing long ball. It is hard to get it down and play when you're in a sort of situation like this.
Anderson forward, flicked on, ball into the penalty area, nice little 1-2 to the byline. Can he get a cross in? It's fired into the near post. It was Pobregniak, I think, who made the break. Goal kick is signalled, although Pobregniak is adamant it was a corner. Nice little bit of interplay there inside the Rotherham United penalty area. Another example that Reading have come here and they mean business, and Pobregniak has taken that fight to the lines, but a little bit too fiercely, I think. Might have a little talking to here from the referee. Goal kick it is. We've now hit the half-hour mark. Martinez with the clearance. Danny Ward underneath it. Danny Ward flicks on. Pringle contests the ball. Hector should clear this. Dallied a little bit, but eventually fires it clear. Brought down on the chest by Pobregniak. Comes to Arneson. Arneson's giving it away again. Shalabar, though, is giving it straight to Broadfoot. Broadfoot's volleyed it forward long. It's again a little bit aimless. Fans are getting a bit anxious now as well. Smashed up in the air by Gunter. Both sides guilty of giving the ball away cheaply here. Derbyshire's beaten in the air too, but the Millers have got to throw on the far side. 10 yards inside the Reading half. Lafferty cross to take it. Smallwood wants it short, but it goes to Arneson instead. Arneson back to Lafferty. Takes a touch, looks up, again looks to go long towards the edge of the penalty. Again it's poor, and again it's cleared by Hector. Now Frecklington touches it in field for Arneson. Arneson with a nice ball out to the right hand side, and Hunt, though isolated, has to come back in field again. Here's Richie Smallwood, takes a good first touch. Smallwood looks up, plays it into Frecklington, back to goal. Lays off a Hunt. Hunt with the cross, comes to Frecklington on the edge of the box, back to Hunt once again. Hunt looks like he's going to have a run himself here. Then a back heel looking for Frecklington, slightly off guard, but Frecklington got a boot to it, and it's eventually cleared by Chalabar, almost sneaking in there. Lee Frecklington. Morgan tidies up on halfway. Broadfoot wants to go long again, out towards his near side. Hunt will jump, heads in field, straight to a blue and white shirt. It's missed by Chalabar, and Pringle finds Hunt once again. Hunt just inside the Reading half, right footed, down the line for Pringle. Pringle looks up, back to Hunt once again. Hunt will go himself, in field for Smallwood. Nice ball to Pringle. Pringle then to the right, great ball to Frecklington. Frecklington's crossed the edge of the box as Paul is looking to pick out Arneson. Reading will clear. Shalabar's been brought down by Frecklington. Free kick to Reading just outside the penalty area.
That was a lovely bit of football by Rotherham United. They worked a lovely little move there. Hunt, Pringle, Frecklington, and look, Frecklington's pass, people expected it round the front of the defence. I think he'd seen Arneson coming forward at the edge of the box and tried to pick him out. But Reading have got a lot of players back. They're getting 8 men back, just leaving the 2 up and proving hard. Steve Clark's a good defensive organiser. We saw that when he was at Chelsea, and when he was at West Brom. He's got these organised. These are not going to be easy to break down. You can see that.
33 gone, 0-0. Live here on Miller's player. Throw into Rotherham United near side. Hunt to Arneson. Back to Hunt once again. And now Broadfoot. Ball just runs away from him a little bit, but behind him there is Danny Lafferty. Lafferty in the lime green boots. He fires it long, and not for the first time, straight to a blue and white hoop shirt. Reading will build in a centre circle with Shalabar. Shalabar into Pobregniak. Nice ball out to the left hand side. Can to keep it in? He slides. He can't quite keep it in, can he? Yes, he can. Sets the lines, and it goes across, headed away by Moore. And I thought that might have trickled out, but the linesman had the best view, looking right down the line there, and he said play on. Lafferty has missed the ball. He committed himself there. Chance to run in to get the ball into the box, and it goes towards the near post, headed away by Craig Morgan. Vital header clear there. Mistake by Lafferty, who retrieved the ball on the far side. Again, he smashes it long. Again, it's aimless. He's given the ball away so often in the last 10 minutes, Danny Lafferty. Karachan in the centre circle. Hector now invited forward, up to halfway. Well tracked there by Matt Derbyshire. Goes back to Cooper inside his own half. Reading monopolising the ball now. Here's the fullback, Kelly. Hector once more, still deep inside their own half. Hector fires out to the far side. Broadfoot will try and let this ball run out of play. He can't, no, he's going to have to play it out himself. It will be a throw to Reading midway through the Rotherham United half. Gunter still getting booed for that earlier challenge. Takes a short throw. Now Stephen Kelly. Bit of room for Chalabar. Stopped though by Arneson. Did well there, Carrie Arneson. Breaks up the play. Pringle will bring it forward. Here's Frecklington. Lifts one down the right hand side, but intercepted by Obita. Hunt was galloping forward there for Rotherham United. Tied up by Cooper, back to the goalkeeper Anderson. 34 minutes gone. Still 0-0, Les. How do you assess it so far?
Yeah, we're a bit nervous. I think now Reading have grown in confidence. They've just had a spell on the ball. We're chasing the ball a little bit, and as you said,
Ward's won it back in a good position. Ward, that's a brilliant recovery tackle from Hector, who dallied on the ball, and Ward almost nicked it off him, but Reading will counter-attack with Norwood. Norwood's got space here, into Cox. Cox now will lay it off. Karachan out to the right-hand side. Gunter, right-footed. Thought about having a run there, but comes infield, and Karachan once again. Chalabar outside the centre circle. Down the Reading left this time. A beater against Hunt. Comes back inside, and Chalabar. Arneson there trying to pinch it back for Rotherham United, and he's done well. Can Ward profit? He can. Turns it round the corner. Derbyshire will play on here. Derbyshire towards the edge of the penalty area, and Cooper's on the cover there. Will mop it up for Reading. One or two fans wanted it brought back for the original offence, but I think play had gone on too long there. Derbyshire didn't quite take it in his stride. Didn't quite have the pace there to trouble the Reading central defenders. And here come Reading with Karachan just inside the Rotherham half. Forward it goes to Cox, out to the right-hand side. Low cross into the area is cut out by Broadfoot. Now Smallwood. Pringle will run forward here for Rotherham United. Switches it in field, and Arneson. Arneson's got space just outside the centre circle. Carries it forward. He's giving it away as well. The ball ricochets back to Bregniak. Now Chalabar on halfway. Plays one down the middle. Offside flag goes up against Cox, who would have been in miscontrol anyway. Just an attempt to go to the break, still 0-0.
Yeah, there was a brief glimpse there for Matt Derbyshire, a ball threaded through. But Hector is one of these tall, long-legged types of defenders. A player I first saw when he was 18 on loan at Cheltenham, and I like the look of him then. And he'd always just got the edge on Derbyshire there, and he just got a toe to it, and his fellow central defender tied it up.
Headed away by Cooper. Hunt will keep it in. Back it goes to Craig Morgan. Smallwood calls for it. Here he is, just inside the Reading half. Running forward. Pringle offers the short option. And now we'll go back to Broadfoot, who's just inside his own half. Force back to the goalkeeper. There's 8 minutes to go to the break. And now Martinez will aim long. Ward will jump. He does flick on ahead of Cooper this time, but Hector's there on the cover, fires it into Ward. Can he keep it in play near side? He can, but he can only just help it into Hector as he stretched to keep that ball alive for Rotherham United, and Hector will stride forward. Since remember him as a young kid playing for Barnet. There's a clutch of young players who came out of there, the likes of Adoma, and one or two others, Balassi I think as well, out of that team that was struggling in League Two. Back in the days when Rotherham United were a League Two side as well. It'll be a Reading throw, just inside the Rotherham United half. And here is Michael Hector once again. Reading now enjoying a good spell in the game. Certainly playing like a side who have got no pressure on them. Just stroking the ball around, turn around the corner, nice layoff here. Coxwell dinking in behind, looks like offside it was against Bregniak, but building in confidence. They're stringing the passes together now.
Absolutely they are. One of the fears I did have today was that Rotherham United put such a massive effort into that game on Saturday that I just wonder if it can take a little edge. We've seen that in years gone by. You see this season, coming to this game, it can just take a little edge off players, and that may be the case. I don't know, but I'm not surprised if it is. And we just look a little bit leggy at times in this first half, particularly when Reading start moving that ball about, and as you say, with no pressure, they're doing it without any fear, and it's not been the best half from us so far, has it?
Now, I did wonder whether Steve Owens had been tempted maybe to tweak it a little bit with Hamill or maybe Bowery, but he's kept faith with this side that played so well on Saturday.
Always a danger for managers. Sometimes it's probably the right decision just to freshen it up, right? But then if the result goes against you, people say, why did you freshen it up and why didn't you leave it? If you leave it and they look tired, why didn't you freshen it up? Sometimes managers can't win.
No. Intercepted by Cooper at the expense of a throw into Rotherham midway through the Reading half. Down the right-hand side, Frecklington's going to leave it for Hunt to take, right in front of Steve Clark. Into Smallwood, Hunt once again, plays it into the centre circle, nice ball for Broadfoot, who invites him forward, goes to the left, Lafferty plays it safe, and now Broadfoot once more. Broadfoot will stride forward. Reading are doing a good job at closing the Millers down. Lafferty goes long, again it's deflected, flicked on by Frecklington. Derbyshire might get to the box, Derbyshire snapshot, left-footed, puts it over the bar. One of very few efforts on goal so far from Rotherham United. Just a little hint there that Matt Derbyshire might have got in behind.
Slightly ambitious. It would have been an absolutely stunning goal if he'd have scored it. Lee Frecklington made a brave challenge, having moved centrally, and the header went on in the direction of Matt Derbyshire on the far side of the penalty area, the left, and he decided to hit it first time, perhaps to catch the keeper out, but he was over the bar. It was going to have to need a pretty special shot.
Rolford's missed that ball, but Morgan's on hand to clear, although he has sliced the clearance up in the air. Karachan heads it to the far side, but Pringle brings it down, and Smallwood then plays it back to Broadfoot. Broadfoot will play it back further still, and Martinez into Morgan, who has a bit of space now to bring it forward, weighs up his options, thought about going long, but instead he's gone back to Martinez again, the goalkeeper. No doubt he will drill it long as well. Again though, looking for Ward, who's going to struggle in the air against Cooper. He's won it, to be fair, and then Derbyshire turns it around the corner. Frecklington might keep it in, sliding, can't quite do it. Goal kick. Ward giving away a lot there, and winning that ball against Cooper. Just couldn't quite capitalise on the flick on.
Just time his jumps well, Danny Ward, doesn't he? For not a big fella. He's not somebody like Alex Ravel or Connor Salmon you mentioned earlier. But he does time his jump when he just gets it right. He just gets that flick in front of the defender, doesn't he? And Derbyshire just couldn't enable his pass to stay in play for Lee Frecklington.
Deceptively good in the air, Danny Ward. But no matter how good he is, he's going to have his work cut out against someone who's 6'5", 6'6", and there he is, Cooper once again, who lays it into the stand. Rotherham United throw level with the penalty area. 41 minutes gone. Can the Millers get on the front foot? The dynamics of the first half. Arneson's going to come across a long throw. Reading have so far dealt with these long throws pretty well. So let's see how they get on with Arneson. Norwich were the same on Saturday. They had them well telegraphed. This time from the near side, Arneson, and it goes towards Morgan. It's headed away once more. Chalabar helps it on. Cox will get there ahead of Hunt. Plays it back to Abita. Abita looked for a long ball there to try and get Reading forward on the counter-attack, and his acres of room on the far side, and Gunter lays it off straight to Pringle. Now Derbyshire turns, plays a ball in behind, looking for Ward. Poor pass straight through to the goalkeeper Anderson. Just needed a touch more composure maybe there.
When Rotherham come forward, Reading are very quick to get 8 behind the ball and give Rotherham not a lot of space.
Broadfoot heads Anderson's kick away, not too far away. Loose ball is eventually headed forward by Richard Small. Karachan heads it to the right, and Gunter. Kelly now in the right back position. And Reading will try and build from the back with Hector this time. Hector goes long. That should be meat and drink there for Martinez, who eventually comes out and claims. 42 gone 0-0. Looks like maybe Rotherham United are just going to maybe try and get into half time, and then a big half time team talk for Steve Evans.
Yeah, it will be a big one. Point out what they need to do better, and try and find a way around, or preferably round the Reading back four. They have got Lafferty and Hunt into attacking positions on occasions. I'll be looking for them at times to get it in quicker before Reading can get organised. They're retreating into the penalty area, waiting there, saying the big lads are saying throw it in. Sometimes I like to get it in a little bit quicker, take the chance on a first time cross. Anderson
forward, handed away. Karachan on it for Reading. Back to Hector halfway, had to stretch for that, and he's given it away to Pringle. Pringle first time to Derbyshire, who turns. Derbyshire tries to get a pass away to Ward, deflects almost for Arness, and then prodded for by Reading player, and Ward's after this, but Kelly's quick and he's got there first. Guides it back to Anderson, right footed, clears for Reading downfield. Broadfoot heads forward back into the Reading half. Karachan gets a boot to, but Pringle nips in and wins it, and Pringle tries to dink one forward to Ward. That was a good interception from Hector, who just smashes it clear back into the Rotherham half aimlessly, straight through to Martinez. A few glimmers there for Rotherham United. Martinez forward, looking for Ward. Ward with a good flick on. Derbyshire chests it down. Frecklington might have a go here. Frecklington! Maybe the goalkeeper has got something behind it. What the most convincing of saves, but he's kept it out. The ball's gone behind for a corner kick.
That was the Rotherham United's best bit of play and the best opening. Derbyshire, Ward, Frecklington on the edge of the box, chested it forward, hit it on the volley. The keeper, most unconvincing, palmed it aside.
Corner near side. Ben Pringle with an in-swinger. 44 minutes gone, and it goes to the far post. Up with the heads, and Broadfoot took it away from Arneson, who was perfectly placed just behind him. He wasn't to know, of course. And Arneson puts his head in the hands. I think he knew that was coming towards him. His goal kick.
That was an opportunity there. The corner from this right-hand side by Ben Pringle was swung over beyond the far post, and Broadfoot came in, got up, but didn't know that Arneson was right behind him, totally unmarked. It would have been a clear header for Arneson, and Broadfoot got his head to it, glanced it on over Arneson's head.
Last minute of the first half. We'll have some stoppage time, no doubt, for the stoppage on the far side. Reading with a ball into the channel, which Morgan heads away for Rotherham United. Bregniak down the right here, the Russian attacking Lafferty. Runs it out of play, throw into Rotherham United. Bit of afters between Lafferty and Bregniak. Bit unnecessary, Lafferty just gets on with things. Much ado about nothing really. Will be a throw into the Millers.
They're certainly not going to lie down, Matt, have they?
No, not at all. I said I was hoping for a similar performance that Bolton put in at Bournemouth last night. Well, it's not happened. Reading have really come here and played, I'd say, a pretty good 45 minutes here. 2 minutes of added time. And there's not been many chances, don't get me wrong, but they've certainly given everything. Lafferty forward towards Ward, comfortably dealt with by Hector. Arneson heads it into a bit of space, but it's knocked up this time by Cooper, who bashes it clear, nodded down by Bregniak. Now Cox out on the far side, down the right-hand side he goes. First time he's had over at Lafferty. Lafferty stood up well to the task there and won it back for Rotherham United. Crossfield ball towards Derbyshire. Wood in the air, but comes down for Ward, and Ward's got space to run into. Ward to the edge of the penalty area. Still going Ward. Ward's gone over. That's a free kick, and Reading are furious, I think. Hector didn't feel that was a foul, but Ward, I think, was quite clever. He just shifted the ball inside, waited for the touch. Free kick to the nose in a very good position.
Yeah, that was inexperience of the defender there. Ward did you right, he just checked back inside, and Hector made the challenge and was never going to get the ball, and all the thing he was going to do is what he did, which was connect with Ward and Toplin. Why he complained, I just do not know. Great, this is a very, very important free kick. Very, very important, because it's in stoppage time. If Rotherham United can go a goal in front here, wow.
I can't remember the last time I saw a free kick at the back of the net at this end of the stadium. It'd be very good timing for this to happen.
And the way the keeper dealt with, or didn't deal with, Frecklington's shot then, I want to see somebody following in here, just in case if they get it on target, he might not hold it.
Ward and Pringle stood over this one. And it's right of centre, 25 yards from goal. And I think Pringle will fancy it with his left boot here. It certainly favours that. And Ward has taken a great interest in this. I think it will be Pringle. Referee blows his whistle. Pringle left-footed, hits the ball on the wall. It might come for Derbyshire. Derbyshire, can he spin? He's smashing it wide of the near post, and it's comfortably wide as well. Wasn't the best free kick. Pringle, I think, went to try and get it under the wall there.
He did. He anticipated that the wall would jump, and he drove it low. It hit the wall. It rolled behind them. And I just thought that Derbyshire snatched at that a little bit. He'd actually got a little bit more time probably than what he thought. Might have been, just a chance to have a touch. But he snatched at it and put it wide of this near angle.
There's a half-time whistle. It's been cagey. It's been a bit nervy. And it's been bereft of any real chances at the same time. It's not been a great spectacle. But I think Rotherham United are still level 0-0 with Reading and still have a wonderful opportunity in the second half to secure their championship status.
Absolutely. I think that they will probably step it up. We've seen it happen. We've talked a little bit about a bit of tiredness from Saturday having a little bit of an effect. I wouldn't dispute that. It's not an excuse. It's what I'm seeing with my own eyes. Reading have come here. As I expected, Steve Clark, a good defensive organiser, and we've had a great view of this when they've retreated and got men behind the ball and made it difficult for Rotherham. There has been, as you say, Matt, that bit of nervousness about Rotherham at times, a bit of tension, and we've probably knocked it forward at times when we didn't need to, but we didn't want to get caught in our own half. The best chance, the Lee Frecklington one, set up by Derbyshire and Ward. The edge of the box, he chested it down. We've seen Lee score those type of goals, haven't we? He struck it well, and I don't know what the keeper was doing, but he sort of pushed at it, and it just hit his hands and just went wide of the post. One of the very, very few real opportunities that we've had and it's probably not been what people expected. They probably hoped we'd swarm all over them and swamp Reading, but you know, credit Reading, they've come here, nothing to play for, but they've shown that they're not going to lie down, nor should they.
You say the best chance, I'm struggling to think of another one, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Possibly the only chance, really. It's testament to perhaps both sides of defender, but probably really it's been a bit of a lack of creativity as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You probably got an idea why both sides are down at the bottom now. That they really haven't stitched anything together in that vital final third. Reading have threatened once or twice, not delivered. Rotherham have actually struggled to unpick Hector and Cooper in the centre of the defence, who've been excellent so far by and large, and it's not been easy. Rotherham trying to get down the sides and not done that as well as I thought they might do. So it's been a little bit of something of an anticlimax when everybody expected a big performance and perhaps Rotherham in the lead by now. It doesn't work like that in the Championship. We've seen it all season. You've got to work for everything you get, and I hope going towards the Cop, the North End in the second half, it will just lift Rotherham. I'm sure it will, and I hope that there'll be better things in the second half.
Set for a very tense, potentially very nervy next 45 minutes. Half time here at the AESSEAL New York Stadium. It's Rotherham United 0, Reading 0. Back in 50 minutes time. Live coverage of the second half here on Miller's Player. Welcome back to AESSEAL New York Stadium. The second half about to get underway between Reading and Rotherham United, and doesn't appear to be any changes. So it's as you were for Rotherham United. Martinez in goal, back forward of Hunt, Morgan, Broadford and Lafferty. Midfielder Frecklington, Arneson, Smallder, Pringle, Ward and Derbyshire in attack, and Reading have Anderson in goal. Then Kelly, Cooper, Hector and Abita. Midfield of Gunter, Karachan, Chalabar, Norwood, Pobregniak and Cox in attack. Miller's player commentator Matthew, joined again by Les Payne, and we may have thought there may have been a possibility of a change, but I suspect what Stevens will be doing is probably giving his side 15 to 20 minutes before making a few tweaks to his side.
It probably is, and look to try and affect it, rather like Jordan Bowdy and Adam Hamill I thought did on Saturday.
Yeah.
They were the two who were involved in the goal, of course, but they also had a positive effect on the attacking side of Rotherham's game. And let's hope they're not needed, and if they are, let's hope they can do the same.
Smallwood in possession for Rotherham United, kicking from right to left, red shirts with white trim, white shorts and red socks. Here's Pringle, back to Lafferty. Lafferty forward to the edge of the penalty area. Derbyshire picks up the ball here, pushed out the area, back heels it to Arneson. Arneson lays it off now for Pringle. He's forced back. Lafferty, infield now for Frecklington. Midway through the Reading half, now back to halfway and Broadford. Smallwood calls for it outside the centre circle. Exchanges passes with Lafferty, then clips one into the channel. That's mopped up nicely though by Kelly, who clears. Nice flick on two. Smallwood after chase this with Pobregniak. Smallwood sliding, does get there just ahead of Pobregniak. Guides it back to Emiliano Martinez. A green this evening should I say. Clears downfield, little touch on by Ward. Then Cooper heads away. Karachan then gives it away to Hunt, and then the refs brought it back. Karachan caught late by Arneson as he gave the ball away, and it will be a free kick to Reading just outside the centre circle.
Yeah, he did catch Karachan just late there, and the referee was right on the spot, and really we can have no complaints. There's a lot of championship managers here this evening. No other game on, of course, in the championship. Steve McLaren, Neil Lennon, seen Dougie Friedman, and there's quite a number are taken in this game. Steve McLaren's Derby play Reading on Saturday, and Derby looking to get in the playoffs, and they'll be seeing what they can learn tonight. Well, I'm sure they've learnt that Reading are quite well organised. Steve Clark's got them defensively well organised. They forced Rotherham back there. Rotherham played a number of passes looking for the opening, and on each occasion they were under pressure, and Reading shut down the route forward, and they certainly are well organised. You might well ask, well, why are they near the bottom? I think we've seen the fact that they haven't as yet produced that killer moment, or even really threatened to, and let's hope it stays like that.
11,123 is the crowd. 210 of those supporters are from Reading. Karachan has a lengthy treatment on the field, but he's ambling up the now. Looks like he's going to be okay to eventually continue. I mentioned one or two championship managers, Les. I think Neil Lennon's here as well. Paul Cook from Chesterfield I've seen, and a host of former Millers in the press box and in the hospitality lounge this evening.
Just a few rows in front of us, doing his usual commentary for radio and Berkshire is Mickey Gooding, former Miller's favourite.
Crosses towards the edge of the penalty area. Here's Gunter. Gunter against Pringle. Overlap coming here, but Gunter's around Pringle. He's going himself. Great recovery challenge though by Ward, but Gunter gets up and plays it back here. Norwood with a cross into the near post. Blocked. Might come down here, and eventually Lafferty somehow gets it away for Rotherham United. Could have fallen to anyone that. And now Derbyshire will run it down the left hand side, but he's stopped by Kelly. Good defending there by Stephen Kelly. And now Hector. And Cooper spreads it out to the left hand side and Abita. Cooper once more, leading it out from the back. I mentioned Mickey Gooding. Sat in front of us, Ronnie Moore, of course.
Indeed, Ronnie's here tonight.
I've seen Dick Habin and Richard Finney in the lounge this evening as well.
Paul Stanclis here.
Most of favourites from the 80s. Ball into the channel, headed away by Hunt. 1 or 2 cries for an offside flag there, nothing given. Frecklinton levers it on even further. Now it's booted forward into the channel. Pobregniak brings it down, runs sideways, lays the ball off into the centre circle, and Norwood bringing Kelly into the attack. Pobregniak back to goal, up against Arneson, back to halfway and Norwood, plays it down the line. Kept in there by Gunter, nice interplay, finds Kelly, Karachan breaks from deep, Karachan tries to get round, Broadwood takes a heavy touch. Ball runs away for a goal kick to Rotherham United.
Sharp football there from Rotherham, and there was one occasion when the ball was played into the penalty area and it was Danny Ward who got back and made a very important sliding challenge that blocked the ball and enabled Ben Pringle to get it away.
Also seen Imre Varadi in the lounge this evening. Dale Tong too. Ball forward is intercepted by Cooper and a clearance up to halfway. Brought down by Pobregniak. Nice layoff too. Norwood spreading the play to the Reading right. Lafferty makes the interception though. Had to get there and did. Pringle, first time ball is long forward towards Danny Ward. Brought down by Hector, appeals a handball, nothing given. The ball comes to Ward. Ward to the byline, low cross into the near post. There's the turn! Goal! For Rotherham United! They've broken the deadlock, and it's Matthew Derbyshire across the near post. Wonderful cross in there by Ward. Derbyshire beats the goalkeeper to the ball, nudges it into net. First blood to the Millers. Rotherham United 1, Reading 0.
Just what the doctor ordered. Our first probably real proper attack in this half. It was a mistake by Hector. Ward pounced on it, moved down the left, and as we were saying, get that ball in early. He drove the ball in low from well out near the corner flag, fast, hard and low, and Derbyshire, with all the goal scoring instinct, all the experience, slid across in front of his man, in front of the keeper, got enough on it, turned it into the net in front of the North End, who went delirious. Absolutely brilliant start to the second half. Just what the Millers wanted. Listen to this crowd, Matt.
Striker's goal, wasn't it? Attack the near post, and tell you what, the anticipation, because from where Danny Ward crossed that ball, you would have been surprised if it had got into the area. Full credit for him for his persistence. And Rotherham United lead. And at the moment, if this stayed as it was, they will be safe in the Championship. But there's still plenty of time to go. 53 minutes gone, ball down the centre looking for Derbyshire, just runs away from him and behind for a goal kick. Unfortunately, a lot of flares have been set off, which is slightly tainted it.
Unfortunate, there was a flare in the North End when that the celebrations for the goal, and there's also one in the South End. And let's just hope they nothing get silly, but the fans get right behind the team now, and let's see if we can roar them home, hopefully get another one.
Great header forward by Smallwood from the kick. Hopefully that will have the same effect that had last night when Bournemouth got that first goal against Bolton. Bolton almost threw the towel in. Let's hope the same thing happens. Forward it goes from Hector into the channel. Cox will give chase. Cox will keep this one in. Cox up the right hand side here up against Broadfoot. Broadfoot has just about done alright. He almost touched it away for a corner, but he eventually does clear and then hobbles away. I think he hurt his knee there as he cleared that ball. Thrown to Reading right by the corner flag, right hand side. Chris Gunter, 54 minutes gone. Into Pobregniak. Gunter once again moves away to the left hand side. Ball into the penalty. It was a good one. Cox with a chance here at the near post. Cox still in the byline. Still going Cox. In goes the cross, headed away by Arneson. Lifted to the back post towards Martinez, who comes out and takes command of the situation and grasps the ball there for Rotherham United. That was almost a fantastic response from Reading, but Martinez saw the danger, grabbed the ball at the back stick, and Broadfoot's in some discomfort. Let's play.
That was the biggest moment of danger Rotherham United have had to endure so far. Cox was in. I don't know why he didn't shoot from the angle. Then I don't know why he didn't cross it. And when he did cross it, it was Arneson there with the most important header. When the ball came back out to Caracam, Reading had, 3-4 players lining up at the back stick. He put a bit of height on his cross, too much height for Reading purposes. And Martinez, as is his one, came out, took charge. And, I'm sure everyone heard the roars of relief. There might be a few more of them before the night's out, Matt. But you touched earlier, didn't you, about you hope that they do a Bolton. I think if we can get a second goal, I think that's when it really saps the desire. I think that's when Rotherham could relax just a little bit on the ball and what have you. Reading would have to come forward. So, you know, if we could just get a second, that would be a wonderful moment in our bid to stay in the Championship.
Well, they've shown no signs of throwing the towel in, and Kurt Broadfoot's had to come off the field for more treatment here. I'm not entirely convinced by the way he ran off the field there about that whatsoever, and that will have to be monitored. I think he's going to give it a go when he comes back on, but it's not really the position you want to be messing around with, is it, at central defence? And he's having his legs strapped as well there.
Yeah, just below that. Sometimes if it's not a cut, and I'm not sure if it's not a cut, sometimes they do that for ligaments down the side, and let's hope that it's not going to affect him. Kirk Broadfoot, for me, has played particularly well in this spell when he's had a run at centre half. His best form for Rotherham United, and let's hope that he can continue at 100% effectiveness.
Well, he's back on the pitch, moving reasonably well now. Let's hope that continues. Reading in possession deep inside their own half. Wonderful crossfield ball there by Norwood, and Abita making progress down the left hand side. Comes in field. Smallwood tries to shut out the space here for Karachan, who's done really well to Cox, even who's done really well to wriggle away from it into Pobregniak. Lays it off for Abita. Pobregniak again, 10 yards inside their Reading half. It's been a decent response this from the visitors. They're on the ball despite going 1-0 behind. Here goes Chalabar, heavy touch, sliding his jack gun, might come for Pobregniak, rebounds kindly for Chalabar, Pringle in there, and then Arneson, and Arneson's won it back, and Arneson rode one challenge but not the next. Reading have it back with Chalabar in the centre circle. Good ball out to the near side, and Gunter under pressure from Hunt, or Lafferty should I say, and it's back to halfway, and Kelly. Now Karachan, Kelly once again, down the right hand side for Reading, 10 yards inside the Rotherham United half ball into Chalabar's offside, but he's left it anyway. Fans are going mad with the linesman. The linesman is perfectly correct under the regulations of the modern era. Unless he touches that ball, he's not offside. It's into the hands of Martinez anyway.
That's right, and they were looking at the linesman with the Rotherham players for the flag, and he said, look, I got my thumbs up, I could have done that, I would have given it.
Ward, edge of the box, Ward twisting and turning, Ward for low cross and Lipro, Derbyshire again, Maxey, and have a goal for Rotherham United! Lee Frecklington at the back post, 58 minutes gone, the Millers have doubled the lead. It's that man Danny Ward again, twisting and turning on the edge of the box, headed for the byline, low cross across the penalty area, and at the back stick, in goes Frecklington, and Rotherham United lead by 2-0, Les Payne.
Absolutely brilliant, and almost a carbon copy of the first goal, except that Matt Derbyshire didn't connect this time. It went to the far post and Lee Frecklington. It was Danny Ward who did the spade work down the left, got into a similar position near the byline, drove it hard and low. In went Matt Derbyshire to try and do a reprise of his first goal at the near post. It went straight through, the keeper couldn't deal with it. Sliding in at the back post, just beating Abita, was Lee Frecklington. The place erupted. I think the roof nearly come off.
Ward again, brilliant. It was a long ball forward. Broadfoot's been off meanwhile for a bit more treatment. He's back on the pitch again. But it was all about Ward down that left hand side. He's two lovely crosses across the 6-yard area. 2-0 up now, approaching the hour mark. It's almost job done, but there's still a long time to go yet. There's 30 minutes to go here, and Reading have shown no sign so far that they're going to pack this one in. So Rotherham United need to be really switched on as we restart here with Arneson winning the ball for Rotherham United just on his own half. He's brought down, that's going to be a free kick. Just what the Millers need. Maybe just slow it down a little bit now.
Game management now, that's a favourite phrase at the moment, isn't it? Game management, slow it down. What's interesting, Matt, is this. Those two goals have come after Reading have had a bit of pressure. Probably that was our first attack, 51 minutes of any consequent second half. They've just had a little spell of pressure, probably could have equalised with a bit better quality bowling. We've gone away, 58 minutes, made it 2-0. Right, don't get carried away, but can we get a third?
Martinez forward, headed away. Forward again then by Smallwood towards the edge of the box. That man Ward had his arms around his chest there, and the referee in a great position has given the free kick to Rotherham United in a very good position here. Level with the edge of the penalty area. Left hand side, great opportunity there to get this ball into a dangerous position again.
I'm pleased enough for Lee Frecklington, a lad who's been here with us since League 2 days, to get a goal as important as that.
Well, love to see a third now. That would really just calm things down. They have played an hour. Richie Smallwood, right-footed. I've seen him score from a
He scored from here. Was it against Derby?
It was. Please, let's have that again, please, Richie. Right-footed with a free kick. One-man wall assembled here from Reading. Smallwood, right-footed. It goes towards the back post again. There's the head, just touched wide. It was Brawford who rose. Made a good connection. He just got it wide of the far stick.
Oh my word! I don't think he'll come any closer to scoring. I think he's coming off Kirkbrove foot. I think he's having to.
He's got to play on for a bit longer because Reading have restarted.
Yeah, he's struggling. No doubt about it. He's struggling.
I could tell when he came off to have it strapped. I thought this is not going to last too much longer. And Arneson got back into central defence for the time being. Reading going to make a double change, and Mackey and McCleary, two of their big hitters who did so well in their FA Cup run, are prepared to come on. Cross into the area towards the edge of the box. It's cleared away. Brawford just smashed it out of play and then gone down. He's in a lot of discomfort. His evening is over. And I would probably think Arneson will go into central defence and maybe Paul Green to come in.
Richard Wood coming on.
Richard Wood, so they're going to keep Arneson in the middle of the park. Is that a big call, considering Richard Wood's only played once in recent months for Rotherham United? He did particularly well at Middlesbrough, but...
I think he's an experienced player coming on into a situation like this. I think he'll come up to the mark with Richard Wood, and Kirkbrove was getting a fantastic round of applause, and I think that's all down to the fact that he's been excellent in this recent spell with the Millers.
Richard Wood,
Sorry, Matt, 61 minutes. I've just seen the game gone now with those two substitutions.
So that's Rotherham United's first change. Probably not one that Stevens would have wanted to make, because like Les was saying, Kirk Brawford and Craig Morgan have played really well so far, but Richard Wood, I thought, came in that game against Middlesbrough and did really well. And what was a tough situation for him, being on loan at Crawley Town. It's a completely different ball game, playing Championship football. Mackey's come on for Chalabar for Reading, meanwhile, and McCleary's come on for Abita. So two attacking changes from the visitors. Steve Clark signalling his intentions there that he's not ready to give up on this game. And Mackey, who was the scourge of Rotherham United at the game at the Majeski early in the season, will no doubt be well up for this running here. He will be directly up against Danny Lafferty on this right-hand side.
Yeah, Mackey was brilliant. I understand Joe Scar said he was the best player he played against this season. And Mackey's been a key player for Reading. I was happy when he wasn't on the team sheet, but let the Millers keep calm, game management as we say, and don't give anything away, don't do anything daft.
Pringle the challenge on Mackey, throwing to Reading, and Mackey takes it quickly. That looked like a foul throw, and it was. And tell you what, the referees did really well there to see that, because the linesman just went with the ball, and the referee, Mr. Salisbury, saw the foul throw, and that will be a throw to Rotherham United right on halfway.
We were saying that first half that we didn't have to score all the goals in the first half. People were a bit edgy and talking at half time. Look, we've gone and done it without actually swamping them. We've taken the opportunities when they've come along. We've made them, we've taken them, and that's what it's about. Brilliant.
Throw to Millers, Lafferty down the line, flick on by Ward. Pringle interested, cleared away. Forward again by Ward. Derbyshire chases, but that's going to be helped out of play. Derbyshire just leaving off the ball there by Hector as he tried to go for that, and one or two appeals mainly from the Rotherham United dugout there for maybe a free kick or a penalty that was never going to be given. Reading will build from the back. 64 minutes gone. Rotherham United 2, Reading 0. Live here on Miller's player. Forward to Probregniak. Richard Wood at his back, lays it off into the near side, and Gunter. Now Karachan spreads the play to the Reading left. That looked like handball, nothing given. That was just bobbled up and hit the Reading man on the hand. Nor what it was, nothing from the referee. Karachan goes back to Hector. Hector in the centre circle, plays it out to the left hand side. Rotherham United just a tad deep at the moment. It's Reading try and build from the back. Ball into the channel. Hunt will have to get after this. The clear is quick. Hunt puts into stand. Safety first.
I think we've seen a little bit of pattern, certainly for the next 10 minutes of Rotherham saying, right, breakers down, and Reading haven't laid down. They're coming straight back. They've made two substitutions. They're looking to get back in this game. Yeah,
they certainly are not throwing it in here, Reading. They're giving it everything they can. Lafferty heads it away. Pringle picks it up from deep. Pringle with Probregniak, who made up about 30 yards there to challenge him. Brilliant ball forward though. Derbyshire almost saying great sliding challenge there by Cooper. And two examples there of Reading who still definitely want this game. That challenge there from Cooper and the tracking there from Pobregniak. Ball into the channel and Martin's out of his goal to make the collect.
That was probably a goal-saving challenge. A great ball from Pringle, sliced through, and Derbyshire would have been in on goal. And Cooper, this 6'7" guy, came from Norway, slid, stuck out one of those long legs, and got the merest of toe ends just to prevent Derbyshire going through. Great bit of defending.
Montez with the clearance, headed out of play near side, and it will be a throw into Rotherham United, and it's 10 yards inside the Reading half, and it's Danny Lafferty to take it, right in front of Steve Evans and Paul Rain on the edge of the Rotherham United technical area. Throws it towards the edge of the penalty area, headed away. Will come down maybe for Smallwood, nod it back into the box, just over the head of Derbyshire, and Hector waits for Mikkel Andersen to come and claim the ball just outside his 6-yard box, and he does so. 66 gone, Millers 2, Reading 0. Long clearance downfield, Woodhead to do it. Just one or two hints maybe in the crowd of maybe some early celebration. I don't think it's quite time for that yet. Still plenty coming back from this Reading team. Arneson crossfield. Here's Ward at the byline. Can he do it again? Ball into the box, and it wasn't a bad effort, but no one this time made the run to the near post, and Anderson dropped on the ball.
Arneson's a great ball. It made Danny Ward run a little bit too far, I think. Yeah. Danny Ward's looking a little bit leggy at the moment.
Well, 1 or 2 are. They put a lot into the start this second half.
Absolutely.
And Ward looking a bit leggy. Maybe it's time for some fresh legs out there. Good interception from Frecklington. Lafferty brings it clear now for Rotherham United. That was a bit stretched and he played it forward. Ward was on his heels as well, and Reading pick it back up again. Put a lot into this Rotherham United. They put a lot into Saturday too. Ball to the edge of the box. Here's Cox inside the air. Turn the ball round into it's a dangerous position. It flicks off the fly of Arneson, and luckily Martinez changes position, turns back round and drops on the ball in his 6-yard area.
Reading certainly haven't given this up. I said 2-0, but they're having a right go, aren't they? Mackie just sprinted 40 yards down the right-hand side to try and get in a dangerous attacking situation. And it's not over yet, but I'll take 2-0 as it stands.
That's a push on Arneson, surely the referee has given that. That was a bit of a silly foul from Simon Cox. Free kick in the centre circle to Rotherham United.
Carrie Arneson's been excellent tonight. He's used all his international nous, and he's playing like a man who wants to be in the Championship next season. And for me tonight, he's led. He's been a leader out on that pitch for Rotherham United, and I think he's been magnificent.
Free kick to the Millers. Morgan lifts it forward, near side looking for Danny Ward, headed away. Offside flag against Danny Ward, that's a bit frustrating, but he has laid on 2 goals, so perhaps we'll forgive him for that. Free kick to Reading. 68 minutes gone. When do you think Steve Evans is maybe thinking about his next change? Because I think maybe Bowery.
We've played 68 minutes. Yeah. I think probably Bowery in the next 5 minutes. If Ward struggles on his next run or two, I think Bowery will be on fresh pair of legs, and that's probably would be the right thing to do.
He did get a knock on Saturday, remember, Danny Ward. Whilst he's shown no signs of that yet, he'll be mindful he's put all into this so far. He's just caught someone late in the centre circle, but the referee says play on. It was Norwood. Reading had the ball anyway. Hector plays the ball forward to Cox. First time ball out to this near side, and Mackie's a good one. Mackie against Lafferty. Mackie, edge of the penalty area, lays it in field. Chance now to McCleary to weave his way forward. Lays it off instead for Karachat. Rotherham United, plenty of bodies behind the ball. Norwood switches it to the left-hand side. Now, infield it goes, and Cox. There's a bit of space there for Pobregniak. Pobregniak with a cross to the back post. Lafferty needs to be quick here. McCleary's coming in, and Lafferty makes an important touch. McCleary was coming in on that ball. Would have got there at the byline, would have had the chance to hook it back in. Lafferty gets a boot to the ball. It goes behind. It will be a corner to Reading from this near side.
Good defending by Lafferty. He was aware what was on behind him. Could have risked letting it go out. Decided not to. Corner to Reading.
No defend swinger. It's going to be right-footed. In it comes towards the back post. Up with the heads. It's Richard Wover. A brilliant header clearance there for Rotherham United. Out of play for a throw in to Reading. Norwood will stay there and take the throw. Gets it back in from Hector. Hector's offside. That'll do nicely. Free kick. Reading just looking at the players go on the pitch here. There's very attacking, aren't they? They've really. I don't think Millwall will have any complaints with him if they watch back this footage of what Reading's done this evening. They've given it the all.
Absolutely.
Steve Clark has thrown the bodies on there.
If Reading had come tonight in danger of relegation, they couldn't have put in any more effort than what they've done. And since they've gone 2-0 up, they've really hit back at Rotherham and said, look, if you want to win and want to stay in this division, you're going to have to fight for it. And the Millers know that. And, you know, hey, full credit to Reading and the professionalism that their players have showed tonight.
Lafferty lifts it forward on halfway. Brought down the chest by Hector. Hector then slices clearance into the stand, but Derbyshire's clattered him late there and has committed a foul, which is far from ideal because the Millers would have had the ball there with an attacking throw-in. Bit of over-eagerness there from Derbyshire on that occasion. Hector stayed down.
He just caught him late. I mean, the ball, he was slicing the ball anyway. There was no need for Derbyshire, probably just to catch him. And he did do. But it breaks up the play again. It's, you know, there's no rhythm. That's what you want. Break up the play. I'm not condoning fouls, of course, but if the play is broken up and there's less continuity, that will help Rotherham United.
Yeah, just looking down there, Hector. I tell you what, the referee could have brought the card out on a number of occasions. I don't think he's actually booked him yet.
He hasn't, no. Experienced referee Graham Salisbury, isn't he?
Several times he could have brought a yellow out. Flick on from Bragniak, cleared away. Pringle lifts it forward up towards halfway, should I say. Ward levered off the ball, but fairly by Norwood. Out to the right-hand side. Gunter looks up for Bragniak for support. Plays it off Pringle, throw into Reading, just inside their own half, near side. 72 minutes gone. Rotherham 2, Reading 0. Arneson there has got it back here off Hector. Arneson into the penalty. Arneson slipped in behind. Derbyshire's offside. Flag goes up. Just couldn't quite hold his run in the. Matt Downtree desperately trying to hold his run. It must have been close, but the lines of flag was straight up.
I thought Gary Arneson was going to go on his own. I thought, well, I could do with one of these shots from about 20 yards, and I thought he was going to dummy and go on his own. Probably the right ball, because Derby should have been onside. He could have played Arneson back in, who would have been unmarked. Unfortunately, just straight offside.
Reading short free kick deep inside their own half. Karachan has almost played himself into trouble. Eventually turns and goes back to his goalkeeper. That was because Derbyshire was pounding him. Derbyshire just holding his back a little bit there as he walks across there. He's given a lot to the cause here. I think he's going to be coming off soon because he's limping a lot now. I would think Jordan Bowery would be the obvious replacement. Just whether Danny Ward can get through to the end, because they've both have run their hearts out for Rotherham United this evening. 73 minutes now played. Millers 2, Reading 0. Craig Morgan heads away. Flick on. Ward, nice touch off there to Smallwood. Smallwood charges forward, gives it away. Bit of sloppy play. Often said about Richie Smallwood. He apologises. Reading have it back in the right back position, and Gunter. Forward then by Karachan. Good ball into the channel for Bragniak chases. Richard Wood though across there. That was an important interception from Richard Wood. Read the situation. Reading throw near side.
Never has there been a Wednesday player as popular as that, has there? A former Wednesday player get a cheer like that in Rotherham.
Norwood outside the centre circle. Good ball into Cox. Cox has come deep here. Cox across towards the back post. That's Morgan who had it clear. Arneson needs to deal with this. Brings it down by his head, then turns and scuffs it out to the far side, but he's got it away. That's the main thing. Throw to Reading on the left, midway through the Rotherham United half. Short it goes. Infield and Norwood. Now McCleary. McCleary in a central position. McCleary's got Gunter to his right. McCleary skips around Richie Smallwood. McCleary, right footed cross towards the back post. That comes Martinez. Great claim. Only to the 6-yard area.
Great goalkeeping. As McCleary went to clip that ball in, Martinez set off immediately, read the situation, caught the ball at its highest point. That was excellent goalkeeping, masterful goalkeeping, and goalkeeping of a high quality, and why a club like Arsenal have got him on their books.
So early, good anticipation. Flick on from the kick from Ward. Derbyshire gets this. Let's go for Reading player. Last corner kick. Persistence again from Derbyshire. Maybe he carried a bit of a knock, but he's still managed to chase that lost cause and win inside a corner kick.
At 2-0 up, with the chance of staying up, I don't think Knox hurt at the moment, Matt, do they?
74 gone. Corner to Rotherham United. Cop end at the New York Stadium, leading by 2-0. Pringle left-footed with an outswinger here for the Millers. Pringle deep towards the back post. Up with the heads, not a back down, cleared to the edge of the box, and Reading have got lucky there. It's fallen for McCleary, and they might counter-attack, and they've got bodies forward here. McCleary's going on his own. He's found Richie Smallwood. Brilliant run, great challenge by Craig Morgan. Now Smallwood's turn. Rotherham United's turn to break. Pringle, midway through the Reading half, into the channel in Derbyshire. Derbyshire will chase this. Derbyshire's fallen to the floor. I think he tripped over his own feet there, and he's run the ball out of play, and it will be a goal kick to Reading.
that might indicate that the game might open up. McCleary made a great run there, and he was checking on Craig Morgan through the centre and would have been through. Morgan stepped in. What a brilliantly timed tackle that was.
Steve McLaren, see enough, he's off, the Derby manager, with his assistant Paul Simpson. Reading on the attack midway through the Rotherham United half. McCleary has certainly added a bit of drive to Reading since coming off the bench. Cox coming deep, as he has done for most of the game, to pick up the ball. He's a little live wire as well. Norwood spreads the play. Karachan closed down by Pringle. Brilliant tracking from Pringle. He's forced back to the goalkeeper. Well, just telling one or two not to chase and expend too much energy now. They need to save it up a little bit. Reading deep inside their own half. Ball forward is long. Left there, got the shout, did Frecklington, but then Rotherham United have contrived to give it away to McCleary. McCleary driving forward. McCleary with a shot blocked. It might come out to this near side. Pringle should get there first and does so ahead of Gunter. Pringle goes long. Rotherham looking a bit tired now. Brought down the chest by Derbyshire. Derbyshire wrestled to the ground by Karachan. That was a nailed-on free kick. Derbyshire's got back up, and the referee's given it to Reading. And I'm telling you now, that was a foul on Derbyshire.
That was a foul on Derbyshire. Derbyshire won that foul. Okay, he won that foul. For some reason, Graham Solby didn't give it, and then decided that Derbyshire had fouled. And the crowd, not least Steve Evans, went absolutely apoplectic with rage. I think Graham got it wrong. I think he's done all right tonight, but I think he got that one wrong.
I was about to say, at least Steve Evans took it well, but not the position where you want to get a decision wrong there.
Right in front of Steve Evans, definitely not.
Norwood to the left-hand side, ball's intercepted by Arneson. Now Hunt drives forward and almost gives it away, rebounds kindly for Frecklington, just smashes across the ball up on the far side. Reading throw just inside their own half, 77 minutes gone, still the Millers lead by 2-0. Crowder a little bit subdued because Reading are still plugging away here.
Just nervous, Matt, because they don't want Reading to pull one back. You know, they've seen Reading on the type of thing. But Reading's got to come forward, haven't they? They've got to do that.
Forward to Pobregniak, beaten in the air by Richard Wood. Brilliant header again from Wood. Pringle infield and Smallwood. Can he just control the game now? He's gone long into the channel. Derbyshire sets off again. Derbyshire won't get there. Hector's seen the danger and he's intercepted it. Derbyshire always looking to make that run into the channel. How much longer he can do it for, I don't know. He's really worked hard, Matt Derbyshire. He's got the Millers' first goal as well. Here come Reading with Cox. Challenge from Smallwood. Challenge from Frecklington. Frecklington then slides it to Arneson. Gives it in back. Frecklington drives forward. He's on his own somewhat here. Still going. Goes down, but the ball was won. He's back up and won it back. Brilliant play. To the left-hand side and Pringle infield and Frecklington once more. Just slowing the game down now. Forward towards Ward. Wasn't a great ball from Frecklington. It cleared from Hector. Wood will come across here. Pobregniak chasing. Gives it back to Martinez. That was a bit fierce as well, but Martinez is, for a goalkeeper, an exceptionally good footballer. Controlled it really well. Drills it downfield. Flicked on by Ward. Just behind Derbyshire. Cooper will bring it clear. Pushes it to the left. Now it comes in field. That was Kelly. Karachan. Reading inside their own half. Ball forward now. Sliding was Smallwood. But Mackie does well to flick it round the corner. Gunter, just inside the Rotherham half near side. Tracked by Pringle. Into the centre circle it goes and Karachan with space to run into. Cross comes Arneson to halt it. Karachan looks up. Reading coming forward. Rotherham United deep now. Shot from a long way out. What a try, and palmed away by Martinez. What a wonderful effort that was. Was it Norwood who struck it from 35 yards? What a wonderful effort. And Martinez almost caught out, pushes it behind for a corner kick.
Fantastic effort. Just saw Martinez a couple of yards off his line. And for a split second he looked where it was in. And he just, showing the quick feet, managed to get back, just get his hands to it as it was going under the bar, turn it behind for a corner.
Brilliant effort from Norwood. He's going to come and take the corner as well. The last one he took was very good. In it comes, out swinger, into the danger area once more. Brilliant good header. It's Morgan this time. He's got it away for the Millers, out of play on the far side. Reading throw. They're pushing hard here, the Royals. 79 minutes gone. 2-0 the Millers lead.
That was a captain's header when they were strong, determined. He wasn't going to be beaten.
Throw to the edge of the area. Played back. Now out to the left-hand side. And McCleary on the far side. McCleary's going on the outside of Frecklington. He's got round him. In goes a low cross. Arneson's there for the Millers. Right place, right time. First time ball. Out of play on the far side. Reading throw. Level the edge of the penalty area. They've definitely not given this up. Cooper. Now Karachan. Wrestling away from Ben Pringle, who's working hard there for Rotherham United, who are very deep at the moment. Ball into Prebregnia. Arneson's in there. Arneson's won it back. Arneson then claims a foul, nothing given. But Arneson needs to keep working. He can't just stop. Shot from distance is well wide off the right boot of Simon Cox. Goal kick to Rotherham United. Shouldn't have had a free kick there.
Carrie Arneson thought he was fouled.
Yeah.
The referee was right on the spot and allowed play to go on. Yeah, Jordan Bowery. Yeah, I thought so, Matt, as you said, and we thought Jordan Bowery's going on. Got 10 minutes to go. He's taking Matt Derbyshire off. That probably means that Bowery's going to be doing the running down the line and everything. He's going to get a wonderful reception in Matt Derbyshire. That first goal, as you say, that goal-scoring instinct, that opportunism, that experience of someone who's been there, seen it and done it, and that gave Rotherham that vital first goal, and he's worthy of every single decibel that this crowd's giving him.
And what a turnaround in the career of Matt Derbyshire, because he wasn't everyone's cup of tea, was he? He's got booked. That's the first card of the evening, and for all the challenges that Salisbury's let go, he's booked Derbyshire for time wasting. But I don't think Derbyshire's going to care too much about it.
Just have the time on, don't book him. Just say I'm going to have time on, sunshine.
81 minutes gone. Rotherham United 2, Reading 0. Big 9 minutes for Rotherham United coming up. Just think about the energy they've expended here as well. What an effort, second half. What an effort. Reading will make a change too. We're going to see, is it young Stacey come on, Jack Stacey, number 37, it is. And they're not going to be able to make that one just yet though. Martinez takes the goal kick, 82 gone. Flick on by Ward. Out of play, Reading throw near side, right in front of the Rotherham United dugout. Still a lot of work to do here for the Millers. Reading coming forward, throw down the line, Prebregnia flicks on, out of play, Miller's throw, Danny Lafferty will be well advised to take his time here. Going to see that change now, Les, for Reading. And we're going to see Prebregniak withdrawn and Stacey coming on.
Number 7, Pavel Prebregniak, replaced by number 37.
It's another
Jack Stacey.
attacking player.
Yeah, Prebregniak's not been particularly a problem tonight, has he?
No, he's held the ball up reasonably at times, but he doesn't really have much going in behind, does he? Really, I think Morgan and Brofoot, before he went off injured, dealt with him pretty admirably. Miller's throw left hand side. 7 minutes to go. Still counting them down for you. Lafferty takes a drink before he's about to take this throw in. Paul Rayner's calling across a member of his staff or something. Paul Rayner can't take it. He's gone down the tunnel. Knowing Paul Rayner like I do, he'll be watching the rest of the game in the dressing room.
Oh, he's come back, so I don't know where he'd been.
Maybe he's thought twice about it.
Just announced the crowd, 11,123. And what a noise they've made tonight. Tremendous atmosphere.
Yeah.
We've had some wonderful occasions at this stadium already, haven't we? And this is another one that, you know, Aldershot, we've had Preston, and now hopefully, well, we're having another one tonight. And
corner to the Millers. Pringle with an outswinger towards the far post. They've not put two in the box for that one, and Reading have cleared. Smallwood tries to get a foot to the ball, but Reading have worked it up towards halfway. Can they hold it up? They can, and Mackie can turn as well, and they might be advised to pull him down here because he's away, and Small got back at him, just held to him. Back to Mackie again. Mackie trying to get round Morgan. Back comes Arneson eventually between both of them. They managed to deal with the situation. Arneson puts it into the stand. Reading through on the far side, just inside the Millers' half.
And that's why I'm glad Mackie didn't start the game. He's come on and he's really wanted to show. It took Morgan and Arneson to stop him on the edge of the box.
McCleary and Mackie made a positive change to Reading's attacking play. Here's Stacey, he's quick too, running at Pringle, lays it off. This is Gunter. Gunter had a chance to cross there, comes in field instead. Norwood prods it to the edge of the box, smashed away by Richard Wood. He's met everything so far, and Barry's brought it down, and Barry can get off to this, he can, and Barry will sprint down the right hand side now. Jordan Barry relieving the pressure for Rotherham United. Look at the Millers players as they trudge back out. Barry's still going. Will he head to the corner? Does really well. Lays it back to Jack Hunt. Great play there. Smallwood and Arsenal have only just got back into the Reading half. Here's Frecklington still bombing forward, holding it up on the near side. Barry once again. Back to Smallwood, to the right hand side, and Hunt. Hunt will clip one forward. Smashed away up towards halfway. Met by Richie Smallwood. Frecklington brings it down. Reading get a boot to the ball. Foul by Frecklington. The tug on the ball. free kick to Reading, who tried to take the free kick from the wrong position. Do take it from the correct one now. 5 minutes remaining, plus stoppage time. Interception from Lafferty. It's come off for Reading player. It's gone off Stacey. Going to Rotherham United
Nice bit of
side.
luck, just the sort of look you need, isn't it? Slow it down again. 6 minutes to go, and Matt, we've got 2 goals in the second half, 2-0 up. It's been all about defending that lead, hasn't it? That's what it's been about.
Lafferty's throw. Flick on by Ward, who's still plugging away. Danny Ward cleared away by Reading up to halfway. Matt Derbyshire gets the sponsors man of the match. Kicked up in the air by Swan, flicked on by Ward. Barry was a bit sloppy with the layoff. Reading have poked it back, but they've given it away to Morgan. Morgan foot on the ball, right footed, launches it into channel. Barry will give chase to the edge of the box. Barry might bring it down. Barry's going to have a chance to shoot. Great tackle there by Hector. Barry almost wins it back. Hector goes down. That's a free kick. A foul by Barry. Free kick to Reading. 1 or 2 appeals with a handball in there. I don't think that was the case.
I don't think it was. It was a tussle, and unfortunately Bowery wasn't as strong as Hector on that occasion. A few people thought that the ball rolled onto Hector, onto Hector's arm in the penalty area. In the end, it's a free kick to Reading.
That's off the head of Wood, straight through to Martinez, and tell me about Richard Wood, because he's done really well since he's come on this.
You know what, Matt, I absolutely expected Richard Wood to do well. He's an experienced player, he's played at the top level, and I fully expected that Richard Wood would buy into the situation here, show all his experience, and he's certainly done that.
Arneson inside the Reading half, he's challenged. Reading can break here. Reading are still interested here. Reading with Karachan sprinting forward onto this near side. Pringle with him. Pringle holds him up. Ball comes back. Now it's Gunter into the centre circle. Norwood touches it onto McCleary. McCleary will bring it forward midway through the Rotherham half. Halted by Smallwood temporarily. Goes back to halfway again. Now Cooper into the centre circle. Norwood picks out Cox. Cox back to goal. Looks to turn. Now it's Karachan. Forward. Mackie lays it on for Stacey. Stacey towards the edge of the penalty area. Ball to the right hand side. Gunter in with the cross. It's behind everyone. McCleary might get to it. It's picked up on the far side. Laid back to Norwood. Shoots from miles out again. Nowhere. He scored. Grandstand finish here. Martinez caught out. He was unsighted. Silence in the AESSEAL New York Stadium. Reading have pulled the goal back with 3 minutes remaining, and it's a shot from a long way out. That was the only way I could see it going in, and it's 2-1 to Rotherham United. Well, apologies. Technical error right when you didn't want it. Apparently our network is out of order, but I can broadcast it to you via this mobile phone. And I can tell you we've missed nothing since that Reading goal that they pulled back. We've played 89 minutes now. Paul Green's coming on for Rotherham United, as is Pringle, who's going to come off. Round of applause for Ben Pringle. Green on, replacing Ward, who, as you would expect, it's not slow at coming off. Free kick then to Reading. Ball up towards halfway. Last minute of this game. Rotherham 2, Reading 0. Comes infield, and Karachan spreads it to the edge of the centre circle. Rotherham United, everyone behind the ball here. Field and McCleary. Arneson gets a foot in, McCleary gets it back. McCleary on the edge of the centre circle, tracked by Arneson, out to the left-hand side. Last minute of the game, 2-1 Rotherham United lead. Everyone behind the ball now for the Millers. Here come Reading down the right-hand side. Karachan making a positive run forward, lays it off from Mackie. Can he play it to the right? Comes off Small, comes back to Mackie again, edge of the box. Mackie below, crossfield chance. It's hit the heels of the Reading player and gone away. If he'd have brought it under control, McCleary would have been in. Clear downfield and Bowery sprints away. Bowery sprints towards the corner flag, towards the byline, holds it up. Needs support on the far side. 5 minutes of stoppage time added on into this game. Can Rotherham United hang on? Goodness me. Ball is with Anderson. Reading, I've got 5 minutes to take this game to the last match of the season. Rotherham United are clinging on now. Ball up towards halfway. Ball comes to Karachan. Rotherham United fans respond. Karachan plays it out towards the edge of the centre circle. Here he is once again. Out to the right-hand side, and Gunter intercepted by Richie Smallwood. Smallwood clear downfield, straight to the head of Gunter. Comes back from McCleary. Back to goal, faced up by Wood. Ball into the channel. It will find a Reading shirt. In goes a low cross, takes deflection. Comes back to the edge of the area. Mackie, work back out wide. Stacey with a cross towards the back post. Nodded back. Reading still coming forward. Ball in behind, going straight through for a Rotherham United goal kick. Martinez will take his time over this. And the referee is telling him to get on with it. Not a surprise. Played 1 minute of the added 5. Still, Rotherham United lead by 2-1. And Martinez, I'm sure the referee will be adding time on here. He's going to take this goal kick slowly as he possibly can. Fires it downfield. Up go the heads. Bowery beaten to it. Didn't go out of play near side. Comes infield, drilled in behind. Met by Morgan right-footed. Parry was offside, so he can't go for it. The ball goes through to the goalkeeper Anderson. Deep inside stoppage time. We've played 2 minutes of the 5 added on. 3 minutes to go. Miller's leading 2-1. Ball forward towards the edge of the area. Brought down by Pringle. Pringle's given away in a dangerous area. Stays it to the right-hand side. Gunter right foot across. Blocked by Pringle. It's gone behind. Reading have a corner here. Reading have a corner in stoppage time. We played 2.5 minutes of the 5. Rotherham 2, Reading 1. Norwood's going to take it. The goalkeeper wants to come up. He's been told by Steve Clark to go up. In it goes. Up, it's diving at a clear. Keeper's out of position. It's come to a blue shirt. The keeper's going back. It's on halfway. It's given away. Franklinson can't keep it in. Steve Clark gives it to his player. Throw in and taken. Right-hand side, McCleary. McCleary to the edge of the box. Arneson just clears it away, but straight to a blue shirt. Barry might nick it here. Barry can't get after it. Play back to halfway. Ball forward. Long. Into the channel. Hook over the heads. Lafferty wins it in the air. Commanding header. Comes down. Comes off a Reading player last. It's a Rotherham United throw-in. The frustration on Norwood. He just smashes the ball into the boards. Make no mistake about it. Reading really wanted to cause an upset here and spoil the party. And they still might yet. We played 3 minutes of the added 5. Goodness me. What a finish this is. Can Rotherham United hang on? Lafferty's long through up towards halfway. Bowery jumps, misses the ball. Comes back for a blue and white shirt. Gunter, long down the centre. Rudd will leave this surely. No, he's headed it clear. He could have just left it. Martinez is screaming for him to leave it. Arneson jumps. Arneson beaten to the ball. Comes out to the right-hand side. Stacey's around. Lafferty still going. Arneson with a foot in. Throw in. Level with the edge of the penalty area. Last minute of stoppage time. Karachan. Pringle gets a foot in, but Karachan's got to loose ball, and then Sword nicks it back. Sword just get rid of it. Down the line and Bowery. Bowery touches the arm. Bowery can't control it. Reading have got it back. Last minute of the 5. Ball forward in behind. Martinez nearly slipped, but he's coming. He's got the ball. Is that going to keep Rotherham in the championship? Last minute of the 5. Martinez urges the crowd on. Paul Rayner talking to the fourth official. He's telling him. The fourth official says it's still 1 minute to go. Martinez clears long downfield. Barry will chase him. It'll go through for a goal kick. That was a kick that was needed from Martinez. Still inside the last minute of stoppage time. Goodness me. Goal kick to Reading. Anderson wants to get on with this. We'll have time for this to be taken. Fans are getting ready to go on the pitch. Martinez has got three. Henderson's got short. Still we play on Barry's almost won it off the defender. Reading have it deep inside the half. That's 5 minutes on my watch. Ball goes forward. Headed away by Wood. Surely the referee's going to blow soon. Green heads it away. Up to halfway. We still play on here. How long are we going to play for? Ball sent forward. Martinez thought about coming. Headed away by Richard Wood. We still play on. Shot from distance. Oh, by Martinez. Surely that's it. Surely that's it for Rotherham United. Steve Evans is celebrating already. Martinez has the ball in his hands. Surely when he kicks this ball, that's it. Come on, referee. Martinez with a kick. There's the full-time whistle! Rotherham United are staying in the Championship for another season. They've beaten Reading by 2 goals to 1. What an effort, second half. The fans are on the pitch. Rotherham United will be in the Championship next season. Goals from Derbyshire and Frecklington, who are made to sweat in injury time. Norwood getting one back with 3 minutes to go. But the Millers have hung on. They will play in the Sky Bet Championship next year. What a fantastic achievement from the football club. And the delirium on the faces of the fans who are spilling onto the pitch is there to be seen. Reading gave it everything, that there was no doubt. But the Millers have hung on and they've done it. They are staying up. Absolutely fantastic stuff here at AESSEAL New York Stadium. Another fantastic evening in the history of Rotherham United. The celebrations will now start as the players are ushered off the field. They are safe. I'll end it on that note. What a night for Rotherham United. They beat Reading by 2 goals to 1 and they are staying in the Championship.